and disgusting for years, which is why I don't about anybody that winds up at any of these rallies and or whatever the
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay, because they had no problem making fun of Paul Pelosi. The entire world would be better off if these people were permanently removed.
The more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
My YouTube is gonna get permabanned soon because I got like broad demonetized yesterday for they didn't even cite a video. So I don't know. I'll appeal it. We'll see what happens.
Nice.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
But boy, oh boy, oh boy, look around and find out. Yes, indeed. Go around and find out. Movement is in full effect, especially right now in these dark, sick, inhumane, evil times that we are living in. It is good versus evil right now, you guys. Yes, indeed. But we are bringing a huge update on this fella here that we covered previously on the show. And he just got banned, demonetized. I mean, man, he just got hit with the big one. But before we jump into all this, I want to just tell you guys that I love you. I hope that every last one of you that are tuned in right now, that you are blessed, well, and healthy. That you're having a great week. That you're getting ready to have a great, beautiful weekend. It's one love to the human race, and I encourage all you to continue to spread the love, to be the light in all this darkness. We are in some dark times, y'all. You know, good versus evil. But he just got hit with the big one. Destiny. You know, we just covered recently on the show. Says the channel memberships have been paused. He got hit with the demonetization and banned. And also we're digging up some other things, but this says the FBI needs to see this as well. Because I believe Destiny and other big liberal creators and, you know, influencers had a tour that was called Un-America. And it was scheduled to go to these Turning Point USA events where Charlie Kirk was, you know, was shot dead, executed at the one in Utah. You know, so check this out, man. Oh boy.
We've all heard the vile statements that Destiny made about Charlie's life being taken from him. But did you know that the guy who was speaking to Charlie when he was unalived was a guy who was part of Destiny's Unfuck America's tour? If you haven't heard of Unfuck America, the Unfuck America tour, look who that is, was scheduled to...
And see this kid right where I'm scrolling my mouse at, this guy right here was the last person Charlie Kirk was debating when that shot rung off. Him right here on this flyer, down way at the bottom right here. You know, this was that last person to talk to Charlie Kirk before his passing, right here, right before the shot rung off.
Follow Turning Point around and counter all of Turning Point's events. That's why this guy was speaking to Charlie when Charlie was unalive. Now, of course, if you go to unfuckamericatour.com, you'll see this message pop up, and they're talking about how disturbed they are about what happened to Charlie. They're saying that they're grieving, and please give them space while they can grieve. Again, Destiny is their lead creator, and he's making these comments about Charlie and people who think like Charlie. Everyone who works for Turning Point should get a restraining order against him immediately so that he or anyone who works for him is not allowed to show their ass up at these Turning Point events. I've noticed that not a lot of you guys know about this. And why do I know about this? Because one of these people that's part of this tour follows me. She actually seems quite fucking reasonable. She seems like a decent person. That's how I know about this. I'm just saying, I don't understand why, and I guess it's because no one knows, but this needs to be like mainstream news. What the actual...
You know how that goes, but as y'all know, Elon Musk has asked for the streamer Destiny, Mr. Steven, to be thrown in prison for what he said on his stream. And I'll let you hear this once again if you haven't heard it already.
Need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature.
Like some of these things this man has said, I can't comprehend it, man. Man, this evil scum, disgusting scum, man.
Issue is right now, they don't feel like there's any fear. Like, I don't know. It's like memes. It's just memes to everybody, I guess. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't care. I'm playing video games. Okay, I'm done today. I don't give a fuck. God, it's gonna be so fucking gay if I get killed in the next fucking 2 months.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a death note before I go out to go live and not. God, it's so.
That he had been radicalized by a leftist ideology, which drove him to do this. That's just.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. When?
Yesterday, he said that.
No. When was he radicalized? In the 6 months that he did remote college? Not
I don't know when he was radicalized, but I do know.
What you just said
I do know
true.
the very reasonable sounding governor of Utah has made it clear that the
he hasn't made it
you may
clear.
not want
he
to
said
hear
this. Is
this.
an ongoing investigation.
You may not want to hear it,
it,
Destiny. But the reality is the.
Again, and not just him, but there's so many people like this. You just can't speak to them. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to, have a good conversation. They don't want to have a debate. They think they're just above everybody, that they're right, you're wrong. And it really hits me that the man lost his life because people like this just can't accept it, man. They don't want to debate. The man had his own opinions, his own beliefs, man. Everybody thinks differently. Newsflash. So maybe everybody should be shot then, huh? Everybody thinks differently than you. It's a disgrace, man.
Investigators, according to the governor of Utah, have established that he was radicalized to a leftist ideology that drove him to murder Charlie Kirk. Now, let me just ask you.
That's just not true.
Let me just
There's
ask
no
you.
way to deal with it.
Okay,
You're living in a
accusing the governor of lying.
Yeah.
That's your prerogative. But
sure.
If it turns out to have been somebody with a leftist ideology who wanted to shut up Charlie Kirk, would you condemn that?
I won't condemn anything until the president of the United States can go on air and say, all of us need to calm down.
So you won't condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk until Donald Trump says something.
I'm a YouTuber. Leftists and Democrats have been condemning and turning down the temperature, condemning violence, turning down the temperature for a decade. Donald Trump can't go on TV and say, all of us need to calm down.
Right.
Can you tell me why he cannot?
Why would you expect anybody, Destiny?
You can't answer that. Can you answer that question? Why can't Trump
you
go on
answer
TV
this
and say,
question?
all of us should be less violent.
Why do you
can't
think
Trump say that?
Why do you
Why
think
is your behavior contingent on Donald Trump?
Insane right now.
Why
do you
is
think?
your
No, let me ask a
contingent
question.
on Donald Trump?
Let me ask a question.
Because he's the president of the United States of America.
Yeah, I can't rewatch this clip, man. This guy's just a fucking loser, and that's why he effed around and found out real quickly, real quickly. But he recently refused to disavow the political motivated assassination of Charlie Kirk. Has been demonetized on YouTube. Democrat podcaster Destiny has been fired and demonetized. Because Destiny, you need conservatives to be afraid of getting. Yeah, this is the Democrat Party. They've put this on Fox News now. Check this out.
He's acting like Charlie had it coming.
If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald's afraid of getting killed. When it's to be a term, you need second term. You need conservative for the second term. You alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term. You need.
He said, if you want Charlie to be alive, you didn't need Donald Trump to have a second term. If you wanted Charlie Kirk alive,
conservatives so that they look to their leadership. Don't feel like there's
for making any more money on his site. You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed?
Yeah, buddy. But online streamer Destiny had a tour scheduled to follow Turning Point USA around and harass them at their events. Yeah, this was the tour that they had. The
Conservatives have been disgusting for years, which is why I don't give a fuck about anybody that winds up at any of these rallies and gets shot or whatever the fuck. Okay, because they had no problem making fun of Paul Pelosi. The entire world would be better off if these people were permanently removed from these platforms. Like, there is no downside and only upside to see people in Tim Pool never be allowed to public. It's exclusively bad stuff that happens.
Yeah, that's a disgrace. You just can't make this up, man. You know. And again, Elon Musk called for him to be thrown in jail, in prison for the things that he said. You know, he's called him a jackass and that he should be banned and thrown in prison. You know, check this out.
Charlie Kirk's fucking life matters!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Kirk's fans want revenge. What do we do? And you know what's so interesting as a black man? One thing I noticed about Charlie Kirk's death, there wasn't rioting in the streets like it was after George Floyd. That's the one thing that I noticed about Charlie Kirk's death. And it's so interesting that you want to cherry pick and nitpick and use odd examples that benefit you, but you deliberately want to have blind vision to see that the radical left ideology that has been influencing this country for the past 20 years led to the death of Charlie Kirk.
Why did the DOJ remove from their website the study on radical, politically inspired violence over the past decade?
I have no knowledge.
You don't know anything about that?
No? Okay. I have no knowledge.
I think transgenders should be able to own guns.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. It's
You
an
guess?
It's a Second Amendment right, yeah.
You
Sure.
guess?
It's a Second Amendment right, no?
Why do they keep on shooting fucking schools then?
Well, aren't the most
Them, they, whatever the fuck you want to call it, why the
should be allowed from owning guns?
Do you think that being transgender is a mental illness?
I don't have an opinion on
Do
it,
you
that's all it is
think?
right now.
Do you
Do
think?
you think most school shooters were white men?
It's all part of the narrative, dude.
Yeah, there's the narrative.
It's all part of the narrative, and you know it.
Go ahead, preach. We're in church
You
right
know
now.
it.
Go ahead.
They